the instructional part of the video. You can get tabs and backing tracks if you go to my website, www.erichaugenguitar.com. For information about the sound tools I'm using today, go ahead and click on the description box underneath in your YouTube player. One last thing, a sincere thank you to everybody who supports me in all the ways that you do. There is now one new way which you can support me. I am on patreon.com/erichaugenguitar. Now to the lesson. So the song starts with that C7 resolving to a G. So already we're doing some Harrison-y things. I'm thinking of this C here, so I got 10, 9, pre-bend on that 10 to get the B flat there. Land on that 8. And then we got that E minor descending progression, which, yeah, it's kind of why I thought this one would be a cool one to play over, because doing Harrison bends in an E minor, slash blues-ish kind of thing is, I think, what's really useful for us guitar players, because, like, if you got to do, that's my thing, is if you got to do a little blues fill, kind of neat to do a Harrison blues fill, a little bit more unpredictable than to go. So that is getting to my first observation of Harrison, what I call the pre-bend. There we are, 9 on the G. Pre-bend that 8. Bring it back down and then land on that 9. And then, though, pre-bend on this 10. So you get a... That, to me, right out of the gate, that's something to think about, this kind of... you go, whoop, you think you're going to just land, but then it jumps up again. Yeah, and we landed on that 10 and immediately pushed it back up. So there's a lot of fingering considerations there. You got to figure out how you're going to cross those around. And then more pre-bend things. So I'm still thinking blues. I'm 12th fret blues. 12, 15, pre-bend, coming down. To go up. Yep. And then it's doing that same C7 to G maneuver. So I'm doing a small bend, 10-10, because again I'm tagging that B flat there. There we go, there's our first half. So yeah. Yeah, very Harrison-y. And then, so some other things I catch him do. He's good with his little flurries, too. I didn't get to use that one in this one, but I did do this. So I'm back out of this pentatonic for E minor, because we're still on that kind of descending E minor thing. So hammer, hammer, slide. So yeah, what's that? 7, 9, 7, 9, slide to 12. 9, 12, 14. There's that lick. Yeah, because I hear him do that too. He'll slide around a bit. And then, well, I think I have to play it at full speed. Yeah, I think he does that. I don't remember what song. So the second half of that, 12, 14, 16, and this is one of his things. He'll look for like a way to kind of like, it's not sweep picking exactly, but like kind of go through, and that's a shape I see him do. He'll do it down here too. It's just one of his little clusters that he saw, or maybe still sees, who knows. 16, 15, 17. I'm fretting out a little on this Les Paul. Gotta get that looked at. So you got... Yeah, that's so cool. Oh yeah. And I knew, yep, I stuck another one in because I knew it was getting to. So I knew that it was getting to a C sharp there. That's why I did that one. So another pre-bend on the 12, down to 12, 9, and then I'm looking for a C sharp. There he is. So a one step pre-bend. And then, again, it's coming back to that. So I do kind of just that almost sounds like a Skinner lick, but it's nice. That's a pre-bend for the C, because I'm thinking of a C chord, so I know I can bend that D up to an E, bring it down, land on that C tone there, 15, 13, and then that's a G lick, 14, 14, 12. And then this is a Harrison thing. He's not afraid, because now we're headed into the chorus, to bend with his index finger. So I had to teach myself to not be afraid of that either. Notice that is also why I'm using a Les Paul. This guitar does bend very easily. It's got the nice, actually they're not giant frets, but they're pretty giant. Compared to my Mustang or my Strat, this one does do this easier. So 12 goes up, a full step. Very hard to get that precise. 14. And then I usually, to get the rest of that melody, I jump back to 8 here, 10 and 8. And then also Harrison, I just watched him. I'm watching that. There's a documentary on Netflix about the making of Imagine. There's some good close-up of Harrison playing. He's good at hybrid picking sixes. So yeah. 12 and 12, 10 and 10, 8 and 9. One lonely 9 on the G. So 9, jump, 12, 15, get this 15 on the B, 12, and then, I'm getting the vocal harmonies now on guitar is what I'm doing. 14, 14, again, hybrid picked. One lonely 9 again. So that is, can I get that in tune? There he is. So I'm pushing this 10 up, one fret only to get that, while this 13's there. And then that's just ends with a 12 and a 15. Octaves. Yeah, that's fun. Well, there you go. One more time, let's review the Harrison bendies that I observed for this lesson. You have what I call the pre-bend. Oh, pre-bend, the alley-oop, that's the number one to get under your fingers. And again, that's really useful for making up solos or just little fills when you got a bar or 2 bars in a song where you're like, man, it needs a something right here. Obviously, you could hear Harrison do that a lot, and it sure works great in the stuff that he does, so why not you do it too? Other things, he has a unique way of sliding across the fretboard, and I didn't go into it too much, but he does have a little, like a fiddly kind of hammer-on pull-off thing that he'll do, sometimes in conjunction with those slides or with those bends. And I guess the overreaching principle is that you can bend any note. Like, he doesn't feel too imprisoned by like standard blues bends. He just looks at his scale in front of him, and this probably comes from his studying sitar, and was like, well, I want that note to go to that note or that note, I'll just slide and bend things around. So you can take any of your scales that you already know and think about, what if I was George Harrison?